Good morning. We will have a moment of silence and a pledge to the flag. Thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is January 2nd, 2020. It is 10 o'clock. All three county commissioners are here, and I want to wish everyone a happy and healthy New Year. And we'll move on.
Sorry.
That's all right. I thought it would be more appropriate for you then to do the next meeting.
Okay. So the first item is election of president for calendar year 2020.
I move that we elect Commissioner Hawkins.
I second. Oh, that's right.
Call the vote. You still have to do this.
Yeah, any questions, concerns? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I was already having you do it, so I will. We wear nameplates. Thank you.
And as they're changing seats, I want to say that, Tom, thank you for your year of leadership. As you'll see when we talk about our yearly report, that we've accomplished a lot in the last year. And Ed, I'm very confident we're going to keep that momentum going and accomplish just as much in the next year. And I'm looking forward to your leadership.
And thank you. And I just want to say, too, I think the difference is that now it's a threesome, that when we go out there, we're all three together. And I appreciate, you could say it was my leadership, but it was also the staff and the workers and then everyone else and the three of us working hard. And I enjoy our discussions that can get interesting, but I think that's why we move forward.
Thank you both. It is an honor and a privilege to serve as this president this year. So I'll go into a little bit more detail in my report, but let's go forward into our meeting, please. First on the order is the rules of procedure for management of regular meetings of the Montague County Commission. Renetta?
Every year we go through the rules of procedure. Sometimes changes, sometimes it doesn't. The only thing that there's a few changes to our written procedures. If you see in the fourth paragraph, we changed, instead of the call to order and then the moment of silent meditation, we now do the moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag, and then the meeting is called to order. So
Yes.
that needed to be amended. The time limit was set at 5 minutes before. This would dictate it at 3 minutes for public comments.
Yes. This being, let's explain that if there is a thought that is being in continuity, we're not going to cut anybody off at a hard and fast 3 minutes, but that would be the time that we hope that you would be able to give what you wish to present.
Yes,
At the outer limit, 5 minutes.
The important thing is we want to hear from the public, and we're certainly not going to cut you off for the sake of cutting you off.
Exactly.
And the only other change was under work sessions. We added a notation that the minutes will include a notation that a video copy of the work sessions are available upon written request to the commission.
Okay.
Move that we approve.
Second?
Been properly moved in second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Renetta, consent and approval.
Okay, well, first of all, we need to read into the record the consent and approval of the vouchers that were approved by Commissioner Sikora before the Christmas holiday, since you all didn't have a meeting last week. There were no exonerations, there were no minutes. Vouchers for general county fund, $62,418.06. Whole severance, $23.40. Chestnut Ridge Park, $759.49. Camp Muffley, $2,046.79. Mason-Dixon Park, $916.92. Purchasing card vouchers, general county fund, $7,490.71. Home confinement, $6,418.90. Camp Muffley, $182.03 for a voucher total of $80,256.30. Obviously, the position vacancies for boards and authorities is the same, and we'll read those. We'll do consent approval for today.
Move for approval.
Second?
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And for
Okay.
today.
Today's consent and approval. We do not have any exonerations, no minutes. Vouchers, general county fund, $29,431.26. Whole severance, $972.88. 911, $977.57. Mason-Dixon Park, $186.86. Purchasing card vouchers, $1,948.41. 911, $10,036.21. Mason-Dixon Park, $38.77. For a voucher total of $43,505.96. We have position vacancies for boards and authorities: the Western Board of Zoning Appeals, Mon County Planning Commission, Mon County Development Authority, Camp Muff Lady Advisory Board, Mon County Abandoned Dilapidated Enforcement Agency, and Mason-Dixon Park Advisory Board. Fiduciary orders for January 2nd, 2020.
Move for approval?
Second?
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Now, do we have any introductions of new employees or personnel changes? I don't see any office holders here, but okay, hearing none, we will go to comments from the public. They're now open for comments from the public. If you wish to come forward, please identify yourself and by name and address. Seeing nobody coming
Wait,
forward.
I think there is someone here. Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
I didn't know he was coming.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Morning.
My name is Patrick Lester. I'm representing Club 17 here in Morgantown. Basically what Club 17 is, I'll read our mission statement. The purpose of Club 17 is to provide a safe and clean, comfortable environment for recovery-related activities for groups, committees, and organizations which are devoted to carrying the message of 12-step recovery programs. So Club 17 has been in Morgantown. We're a West Virginia nonprofit registered group. We've been in Morgantown and have existed for 33 years. What we do is we open our doors to, again, 12-step recovery meetings that allow for a safe place for groups to come and pass the message of recovery on. Up to this point, we've been able to work off of basically pay our expenses, which is rent, coffee, a little bit of cleanup. Nobody on the board is a paid member. They're all volunteer. But we've done that through club memberships. In the last couple of years, the board's changed around. There's been different people, and there's just been a lack of response to managing and organizing memberships and things, and we're very low on funds right now. Bottom line is we need about $1,800 a month to operate. That's rent, supplies, and cleaning. And the group now, based on the membership and the meetings that meet there at Club 17, do pay us a rent for their monthly meetings. But anyway, the difference between what we pay out and what we have coming in is about $750. We've gotten some new board members recently. We're starting a new membership drive, and we're doing two things. We're trying to create more memberships to develop more money to pay our fees. Our rent is due at our current location where we've been at 10 years. Our lease is up in April, and we're trying to hold on for the next 4 months. We're looking for possibly a less expensive facility to house this, but the county courts, the city, different county agencies, they do send people to 12-step recovery. We're sort of the central location for 12-step recovery, and again, we're ending up paying for a lot of things for people that are sent by Mon County, different agencies to attend, and we would ask you if you would consider giving us some financial help. Any questions?
No, other than where are you located? Where's the location that you?
Yeah, we're in Brookstone Plaza there on the Greenbag Road. We've been there for 9 or 10 years now. It's where the pizza place is there. We're in that facility.
Since you were able to ask a question, I was going to ask to suspend the rules to try and say, what I would like to recommend is two things. One, United Way is now looking for new programs to fund, but also I was going to ask if we would get his name and number to give to Colleen to put in our grant applications, because that will be coming up this month to start applying for it. So that way you could apply for a grant and we could consider it. And I think this would be the perfect time, especially with what is going on with the downtown and other areas. So I think this is something that, we would look at, if that's okay. Yeah.
And I would say probably if we could put this on a future work session, because that would be for next year.
Yes,
If
for
we're
next
talking
year.
about this year,
Yeah.
for us to have a discussion and work session.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
I'll hand her the contact
Fantastic.
information.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Do we have any other comments from the public?
Okay.
Hearing none, we'll now close the comments from the public. We have a resolution, Renata, from the West Virginia Local Economic Development Grant Program.
Is that what you're here for?
Is someone here?
Okay.
Good.
Mr. Rogerson's here from
Good.
from Morgantown Area Partnership. I don't know if you want me to read this. We've done this resolution before.
This is the LED grant
Mandate.
program that MAEP generally applies for every year, and we have issued a resolution in support of it. And I assume this is the same
Yes.
thing, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So, and I'm fine. I move that we go ahead and approve the resolution as presented.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second to approve. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Colleen? No grants? Okay. Correspondence. First of all, we have the County Commission year-end report for 2019.
It's like 6 pages.
Yes.
So,
It is quite lengthy. I mean, I'm not trying to laud all of the achievements, but
I did go through and highlight a few
Yes.
things
Okay.
from each month, so I'll just read those.
okay.
Commissioner Bloom was elected president for calendar year 2019. You all successfully did the repayment of property taxes to University Park at Evansdale and West Virginia campus housing.
that.
In February, you had the border review and equalization and launched additional functionality upgrades to the OpenGov website. You also approved a second amendment to the Mon Health System Emergency Ambulance Service Provider Agreement. In March, the commission adopted modifications to the Mon County floodplain ordinance. You approved an order to amend the municipal boundary of the city of Westover in response to petition for annexation without election. Commission approved the budget for the upcoming 2019-20 fiscal year. Highlights include significant increase in prosecutor staff, filling of other vacancies in constitutional offices, continued funding for grants, nonprofits in the amount of 1.4 mil. I'm sorry. 1.4.
That F should be an or.
Okay. Okay. 1.4 million or a $300,000 increase over fiscal year 2019. Fully funded contingency and those are predicated on further reduction in levy rates. In April, the commissioners met with the Department of Transportation Secretary Byrd White here in the commission chambers. The new county planner was hired. Commission met and approved levy rates for the upcoming tax year as required by state code. Rates reduced for a second year in a row, and the county base rate is second lowest of 55 counties. Public hearing and commission approval of the acquisition of the River Road Public Service District by the Morgantown Utility Board. In May, the commissioners welcomed the contest winners from 2019 National County Government Month Essay Contest, and we welcomed the leadership from Mon Health Systems and WVU Medicine for the announcement of the collaboration for emergency medical service in Mon County. In June, commissioners approved an agreement for financial support with the West Virginia Department of Transportation for road repairs on Chaplain Hill. And the commission also approved pay raises for county employees. A 3% increase with a minimum of $1,500 for full-time employees and $1,000 for part-time staff. In July, the commission approved funding for Boys and Girls Club to be used to purchase a transport van. Budget revisions were approved for the general and coal severance funds to account for any carryover monies from fiscal year 2019. Commission approved funding for the Triune Halleck Community Center HVAC upgrades and Arnottsville Community Association building infrastructure repairs. Representatives from the Canine Adoption Center and Health Department made a presentation to the Commission regarding implementation of a rabies public outreach campaign. In August, the Commission approved funding of support to assist with the repaving of Valley View Avenue. In September, the County Commission approved a non-binding term sheet regarding facility development agreement, payment in lieu of taxes agreement, lease agreement, and any other necessary agreements relating to the proposed construction and operation of a 1,200 megawatt natural gas-fired combined cycle gas turbine power plant. In October, Commission hosted an OpenGov seminar for municipalities, Board of Education, and volunteer fire departments with the State Auditor's Office. Commission sets timetables for excess levy renewal proposals and establishes next round of excess levies as 4-year levies rather than 5 years. Commission received presentations from Bow Park regarding the Morgantown Ice Arena and WVU 4-H Youth Development for National 4-H Week. In November, County Commission and staff attended a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new aquatic facility at Milan Park. And you all traveled to Charleston to meet with the West Virginia Department of Transportation Secretary Byrd White to further discuss ways to communicate the needs within the county to the Department of Highways. And then in December, the Commission, Mon County Extension Services and 4-H Center welcomed its first occupants as the extension employees relocated to the new facility at Milan Park. And the commissioners attended Shack Neighborhood House ribbon cutting. So if there's anything that you all want to talk
It's
about.
been a busy year.
Yes.
It's very busy.
The full report, I believe, will be on the webpage anyway, correct?
We can make it available.
I think
yes.
we should.
Yes.
Okay, that way the public is
Good
wanting
idea.
to see everything that, is a summary that went on, can avail themselves to it. And of course, we'll make a copy available for Ben. So. Next, we have fiscal year 2019 fourth quarter and fiscal year 2020 first quarter levy report from the Mon River Trails Conservancy.
I think that pretty much speaks for itself.
Yes. After that, we have a letter of thanks from the Pantry Plus More. I think that should be read, please.
Dear friends of the Pantry Plus More, this is the time of year when we feel the joy of giving and receiving gifts, and when we remember to thank those who have been kind and generous to us throughout the year. We would like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of all the school children who have joyfully received the gifts that you have donated through the Pantry Plus More. Because of you, this year, we've been able to add pantries serving Mountaineer Middle School and MTech. We now have a presence in North, Ridgedale, Brookhaven, Cheat Lake, Mason-Dixon, and Eastwood Elementary Schools, South, Clay Battelle, Westwood, and Mountaineer Middle Schools, Clay Battelle High School, and MTech. Now many Mon County children can concentrate on being successful in school instead of worrying where their food and other supplies will come from. Although we appreciate each and every donor, we want to give you an idea of how we were especially blessed by the efforts of young people this year. It is wonderful to see kids stepping up to help other kids who are in need. One young boy did a science project to determine the best way to gather donations. He won crowd favorite and donated $1,146 that he raised during his project. A girl saved her coins all year and donated $50 to help feed kids. Several scout troops held donation drives and brought us food and other items. Groups of girls have made and donated hygiene bags. One group of girls donated over 100 pairs of socks. Church youth groups donated supplies and held fundraisers. Many students from elementary school to college donated time to help with events. Your donations allowed us to serve over 850 Mon County students and their families at our Back to School Bash in August and to deliver over 365 Thanksgiving baskets to children and families. Every month we distribute 5,000 pounds of fresh produce for students and roughly 12,000 pounds of food at monthly food giveaways. It has been our privilege to share the wealth you have given us, and we look forward to working with our community in 2020 to provide services which will help alleviate childhood hunger in Mon County. We wish you the happiest of holidays and that the joy that comes with knowing that you have been instrumental in helping make kids happy throughout the year.
Thank you. And I think Commissioner Bloom, as well as the entirety of the board, should be commended upon what they have achieved in this county by starting this program. It is certainly worthwhile.
Thank you.
Tom. Okay. Next, we have a notice of intent to increase sewer rates and charges from the town of Blacksville.
They are requesting, proposing a 43% rate increase. Obviously, the commission has no jurisdiction over this. This
Right.
is strictly with the Public Service Commission.
Right.
But they will be having a public hearing for the sewer rate ordinance before the town council on Tuesday, January 14th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m., I assume at the town hall. If they need additional information, they can contact the town of Blacksville.
The PSD serving this area, is that the Clay Patel PSD?
No. This is the town of Blacksville. They have their own sewer system.
They have their,
Yeah.
okay.
And lastly, notice of approval contract from the state auditor regarding the fiscal year 2019 audit.
I guess the audit committee chose Perry and Associates CPAs. This is the same firm that's done our audit the last few years. It looks like the audit fee is $29,950. There's a process fee of $2,396.
Do we need approval for that,
Um,
since it's under correspondence, or
Because it's approved contract.
the committee did?
it is a contract.
Yes.
So we,
The state auditor approved the contract.
so it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Any other correspondence?
I have one.
Good. Okay.
I'm quite excited to read this. It's been 3.5 years in the making, and it's from Phil Magro. I'm pleased to advise all that I've received by express mail check issued by Congressional Federal Credit Union drawn from an account belonging to Alan and Barbara Mollahan dated December 26, 2019 in the amount of $67,138.54 to pay off the outstanding balance of the above judgment. I presented the same to the sheriff, and once it is cleared, it will bring this matter to a conclusion. For those who do not know, this is the amount that was still owed by the Ramada Inn on the motel hotel tax, and I publicly want to thank Phil Magro, who the best words I could use was a bulldog for continuing to fight this, and it also says much to the 3 county commissioners that we continue to support this and fight to get these funds, and I want to thank them, and very excited that this will now be turned in, and 50% goes to us, and 50% will soon go to the CVB. So I'm very excited, and I'll give you a copy of this. So.
Thank you. Is there any other correspondence?
Yeah, I have 2 other items.
Okay.
He jumped ahead of me. We received the annual report from Valley Healthcare, if anybody needs to look at that. It runs on a fiscal year, so this is July 1st of 18 through June 30th of 2019. And then we also received a letter of thanks from the West Virginia Botanic Gardens for their grant funding.
Good. Thank you.
That is all.
All right. Do we have any unfinished business?
No, sir.
Okay, hearing none, we will proceed to new business. First is consideration of approval of the 2020 holiday schedule.
Would you like me to read the dates, or
No,
I
I
don't
think,
we will
think
circulate that to
necessary.
all the offices?
Yes.
I move
Just
that
we'll
we
post.
approve the holiday schedule as presented.
Do you
Second.
want to put a contingency with the governor's?
Well,
There is a
Is that in
notation
there?
on the bottom
Okay,
of the
okay,
schedule.
all right. It's been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
And
you.
that contingency is anytime the governor
Yes.
names a additional holiday, then that applies to our county.
Yes, he did not come through on New Year's Eve. So, second, consideration to approve a letter of support for the Friends of Cheat grant application to the DTE Energy Foundation. This grant has already been approved, but I would like at least to have the approval of the letter so that they have it on record for possibly more grant applications. This has to do with removal of a bridge on the Cheat that's no longer in use, and that's what they're going to do the study for.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Consideration to approve a letter of support for the River Road Volunteer Fire Department to obtain public safety frequencies, and this is at the department's request.
Move to approve the letter as presented.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. To consider for approval requisition number 29 for the University Town Center EODD Special District Excise Tax Revenue Refunding and Improvement Bond Series 2017 Administrative Expense Fund.
The amount is $7,005, and that will be paid to Municap for their services.
Move to approve requisition 29 as presented.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. To consider the adoption of a reimbursement resolution by the County Commission which would authorize the reimbursement of expenditures incurred with respect to the University Town Center Economic Opportunity Development District prior to the issuance of special district excise tax revenue bonds, which may be issued by the County Commission with respect to the district from the proceeds of such bonds.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Is there any other new business?
No, sir.
Okay. Reports from elected officials. Any elected officials that wish to give a report today? Hearing none, we will go to reports from county commissioners. Tom, let's.
First, I want to wish you the best of luck this year. I look forward to working with you. This has been I'm very pleased with the county commissions moving forward. And as Sean said, the amount of what we've accomplished in 1 year, and I know there's a lot of things happening in the next 8 weeks that are going to be instrumental for the growth of our county. I did want to give the final numbers for the Home for the Holiday. As it was stated in the paper, there were 16 households, the homeless households that were put in the permanent housing, which totaled 27 family members. And of those 3 families, there were 3 school families that had school children with them. We are going to continue meeting and move forward. So I did want you to know that we're not going to stop, and I appreciate your support. I also want to say that thank you to the staff at Mon Hospital who I had minor surgery, and I think they wanted to get me out quickly because I'm not the best patient in the world. And I appreciate my wife putting up with me and getting me healthy to get me out of the house. So with that, that's all I will say.
Sean?
Obviously, there isn't a lot to report on in regards to meetings, but I chose to focus on our year-end report. And some of these things Renetta did point out, some maybe she didn't, and some maybe not even be on the list. But starting the year, I was very pleased with the way we were able to quickly pay off the public-private partnerships, the way we managed that money through the whole process, the 2-3 year process, the way we worked with the municipalities to be reimbursed, and working with the school board, the municipalities, and again with the eye on resolving this and everybody moving forward. I think that was a pretty good start of the year. I'm personally happy with the improvements we've done to our OpenGov website, and I like to do a lot more in the coming year to make it more user friendly. And we can put every record that we pass through this office out online. But if you don't know what you're looking for, don't know how to look for it, it doesn't do any good. So you can be transparent technically, but we want to help people understand what we do here. So. And also, very happy with the continued refinement of the budget process. Two great hires this year. Andrew, who was here, who left. Andrew Gasplay, our new planner, has really transformed that office and really given us what we needed to help move forward with our subdivision regulations. And our MAP president, Russ Rogerson, who we were able to hire. Now, the county is part of MAEP. We support, I as a commissioner sit on the Development Authority, and the Development Authority is one of the agencies that was merged into this organization. But Russ, we're happy to have you. You've already shown us that you're already showing what we anticipated whenever we were looking at this organization, and I look forward to another year and continuing that. One of the best meetings we had this year is when we had the essay winners run our meeting, especially Gabby Garrison, who presided as the chair when she told Tom to calm down because we were talking about something and we knew Tom was going to go through the roof on, and she took the bait and said, "Hey, now, Mr. Bloom, Commissioner Bloom, you need to calm down. So that was really through the whole year. That was one of our funnest meetings. Working with the Marion County PSD to bring fire hydrants to the Halleck Road area. Working outside our county with another PSD to support our citizens in this county, I think was very important. The Mars presentation we had at one of our meetings, it's incredible what those kids are doing and how they've taken that organization and, using it to teach others. The kids are being transformed, and then they're being transformed into teach others, and it's just amazing. I was flabbergasted when we watched the whole presentation. Obviously, the aquatic facility opening up, the extension building, which we've worked pretty hard on all year. The Shack Neighborhood House Bridge was very important. It took a couple years to get. The collaborative agreement between Mon EMS and W Hospitals to bring emergency services to the county. People may not realize how big that is, but we had individuals that were worried in certain areas of the county whether, what the response time would be in regards to if they had an issue. And we've alleviated a little of that concern by letting these two organizations get together and work with each other rather than against each other. And I couldn't be happier how it's working so far. And I'm looking forward to our meetings in the year where we get updates on where we're actually at, what the response times are. And then the last thing is our ability to keep our employees are what makes us successful in what we do up here. Us elected officials couldn't do it without our staff that do all the hard work, and all across the county, all of our county workers. So I'm happy that we're able to continue to make these jobs more appealable, keep the people that we have from being picked away from other organizations, because they're what makes us great. So our ability to be able to continue increasing our employee benefits, the pay, the health care is a big plus. One of the last things, and it was something I became aware of. Well, I knew about it, but I want to commend the sheriff's office. They had a deputy, and I'm going to be careful not to too much details, but they had a deputy that had a major medical issue. A deputy hadn't been with the department very long, had a newborn that was at home, and I ran into him. He was going to the Christmas parade, and he's about 80%, so he's not back at work yet. But he was telling me about how the sheriff's department, how the deputies, county employees jumped to his defense, donated leave. He didn't have to worry about not having an income during that period of time. He didn't have his strength back, and he was an avid bow hunter, so they bought him a crossbow. I mean, it was very, very heartwarming to know that we have employees like that will take care of their own. So I'm just happy to work with the people of this county, and I'm looking forward to another year.
Thank you. Well, the joy and also the curse of being president is speaking last. And sometimes after all the subjects have been covered, I would like to say that I would take the minute to say I would consider this an honor and a privilege to serve as this commission's president in this upcoming year. The reason being, after spending 5 years with Commissioner Bloom and 3 years with Commissioner Sikora, I can honestly state to the public, as I do when I'm meeting with them, that this is a commission. It is not 3 commissioners, but it is 3 commissioners acting as one body. And normally when you hear something come from this podium, it's going to be something that has been discussed, something that has been researched, and then something that is, I feel, of good support from everybody before it's even brought forward. So people have asked me, what's it like to serve with Commissioner Bloom or Commissioner Sikora? And I have told them, I've never seen such an interaction between all 3 of us, not to agree on everything, but an interaction that really was to the benefit of everyone. And don't leave, Mr. Doyle. I'm not finished with you yet. Because, quite frankly, this is something that is supported by the people who work, and I don't ever say work for me, but work with us. And that's Renetta and Colleen, Bobby Doyle, and all the staff that are present in the room, as well as all the county employees. It's really, it's really a joy when you're representing something that does things in the community, Pantry Plus, other things we've done for the Shack, and these, going down through that list, it's really heartwarming. It leads back to family. I would like to say that my son is here, Nick. This is Nick Hawkins. This is my son, of whom I am extremely proud. And with that, I will close this meeting if I get a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
And properly moved, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.